Okay.
Nice to meet you.
You come through Miami again?
Yeah.
That's all.
Next week, for sure.
Okay. Oh, really?
Deal?
Okay, deal. That's a deal.
Yeah. I'm in.
Erik Spoelstra just fired a shot across the bow of the tennis world, and he never even touched a racket. Even before the 2026 Miami Open began, the Heat's coach made waves, inviting Alex Eala to their game against the Orlando Magic. And his welcome was pure star power. This was not some quick photo op or a simple courtside seat. It was a legendary coach, personally hosting tennis's most electrifying young star. A gesture that spoke volumes about Ayala's meteoric ascent. The moment's power was its intimacy. Spoelstra did not just give Eala a pass. He personally gave her a tour of the Heat's facility, a proud host showing his home to an honored guest. Consider this. Erik Spoelstra is an NBA icon, one of the league's most revered and busiest figures. He is a champion, a leader, a man whose time is always booked. Yet he personally escorted Ayala, inspiring her, making her feel completely at home. You earn that level of respect, and Ayala has clearly arrived, with sports titans now recognizing her true impact. It has been years for me. Now I have got to go. That would be incredible, truly awesome. Great meeting you. But an emotional current flowing beneath it all amplified the moment's significance. Spoelstra, a proud Filipino-American and a giant in U.S. sports, was visibly moved by another Filipino star rising globally. The pride in his gesture was palpable. It was not about a basketball game. It was about representation. It was one pioneer recognizing another, with Spoelstra seeing in Ayala the potential to inspire millions, especially those who seldom see themselves on sport's biggest stage. The story goes, Spoelstra's welcome went deeper. He shared stories, offering inspiration for her ongoing journey to the top of world tennis. Put yourself in Alex Eala's shoes. The weight of enormous expectations is already on her. She is the buzziest young athlete entering a major U.S. tournament. Then a champion coach like Erik Spoelstra pulls her aside, speaking from a place of pride, experience, and pure belief. That is a moment an athlete never forgets. And, as if that were not enough, Spoelstra told Ayala she had an open invitation to return anytime. That detail is crucial, proving it was not just a PR stunt. It felt authentic, like a true welcome from someone who saw her as family and believed in her journey. Fans reacted so powerfully because it felt real. Spoelstra was not just polite, he was proud, invested, and awestruck by her rise. But another layer made the entire experience unforgettable. Spoelstra took Ayala to the stands, immersing her in the energy and introducing her to the Miami Heat players. For any young star, that is special. But for Ayala, already under a constant spotlight, it was deeply symbolic. It was a sign she is no longer just a promising player seeking attention. She is now a figure recognized by elite athletes, respected for her presence, her discipline, and her poise. And the Heat did not keep it private. The organization posted her visit on Instagram, wishing her well and launching the story into a whole new stratosphere. When a franchise like the Heat backs a young star, her platform explodes. It signals to everyone, fans, sponsors, peers, that this is an athlete to watch. It announces to the sports world that Ayala is not just another competitor. She is a rising global force with unstoppable momentum. And this Heat moment is not an isolated event. It is a piece of a bigger picture. Since her arrival, Ayala has captured the attention of top brands and institutions. She is entering circles reserved for sports royalty, armed with a magnetic blend of poise and humility that draws people in, which leads to Nike, where Ayala's visit created an even bigger stir. Rumors had been swirling about a potential Nike partnership, but her visit signaled something far grander than a typical endorsement deal. Forget a quiet press release. Nike reportedly went all in, throwing an exclusive event to declare just how vital she is to their future. Then, the story took an unreal turn. Deep within Nike's headquarters, a gallery already stood, a shrine celebrating her legendary tennis career. The words from Novak Djokovic carried immense weight. He claimed she was better live than on television. From a living legend, this praise signaled an aura the cameras missed, a kinetic energy some athletes just possess. On screen, they're stars. In person, they're forces of nature, sharper, more powerful, more dominant, more whole. If the great Djokovic saw this in her, the world needed to watch. Her incredible inspiration was palpable, leaving spectators utterly breathless and searching for an explanation. Djokovic also framed her ascent perfectly, highlighting what truly mattered. It wasn't built on controversy, empty hype, or cheap publicity stunts. Instead, her raw performance, her discipline, and her undeniable impact on the tour were earning her the spotlight. This was the ultimate validation for any rising star, an endorsement of character as much as skill. Jessica Pegula's interest echoed this sentiment. Wanting Ayala for her podcast spoke volumes. It proved the fascination went beyond her on-court victories or her blistering forehand. People were captivated by her presence, her journey, and the seismic shift she represented in the game. Ayala was now more than her stats. She was a cultural force, a sign of an athlete ascending to a new level. Pegula acknowledged her skill, an aggressive player who attacked the ball early with ferocity. Her left-handed style was a nightmare for opponents, and her competitive fire was undeniable, proven by her wins. She didn't need anyone's approval. Her talent was self-evident, a permanent fixture now on the tour, cemented by that night's brutal match. She was no longer just a promising rookie. She was the face of the next generation of tennis, young and utterly fearless. A global phenomenon, impossible to ignore. The proof was everywhere, from Nike to the NBA to the icons of her own sport. The world of sports wasn't merely observing, it was embracing her, betting on her, anticipating her rise to legendary status. And as coaches like Erik Spoelstra knew, those who live around greatness can always spot it arriving.